Hello, everyone. I am Deja Tharpe, a marriage and family therapist here in the Middle Georgia area. I have dedicated myself to helping individuals, families, and couples navigate their own unique challenges. My passion for this field stems from a deep commitment to fostering healthy relationships and emotional well being. I believe in the power of connection and authenticity and communication, and I find it incredibly rewarding to guide clients towards understanding and healing and growth. I understand that every story is unique, and being a part of one's journey is what really drives my desire to be a part of the field. For me, my journey towards being a marriage and family therapist started with my already frame of systemic thinking. I have a desire to change the lives of generations just by impacting a small group, whether it be an individual, whether it be a couple, or whether it be a family. I also have a desire to create a safe space for someone to practice unconditional acceptance and positive self-reflection. I want to reduce the stigma in certain communities towards mental health counseling, especially within the African American community. African Americans make up about 4% of the psychotherapists in the field, and by diversifying the workforce, we can take a step towards culturally competent, efficacious counseling, and we can limit that disparity gap amongst certain marginalized groups. I want to rewrite the narrative that therapy is only for a certain demographic, that you have to look a certain way, talk a certain way, have a certain amount of money, have a certain amount of resources to be a part of the process. Something that's changed about my career path is that through the work that I've done, I have become more passionate about trauma work. I have been more fascinated with the concept of epigenetics and trauma's transmission across generational lines. That's something that I'm looking to be more involved in my own clinical practice. My first aspect of personal success is self-actualization. It's being able to look in the mirror and recognize who I am, what I can achieve, and what I bring to the table. It's being able to set measurable goals and to achieve them. It's to be able to push down the voice of fear when it speaks to me. It's to build healthy relationships, to have a community that pushes me forward, who recognizes who I am, and who helps support me towards my goals and my journeys. And it's having contentment, having just peace of mind, having joy, having gratitude for where I am and what I have achieved and who I am in general. As far as professional success, the first thing that comes to mind is making a meaningful impact. I work in a service community. I serve as a living. So being able to contribute to my community, making that meaningful impact of my work, being innovative, being inspiring. Another aspect of professional success is mastering my expertise. It's my skill development. It's continuously improving my skills for the betterment of others. And lastly, I would say is satisfaction in the work that I do. Is being able to align my personal goals, my personal desires, my personal outlook with the work that I do. Being able to push forward the communities that need it most. As a therapist, burnout can be a real thing. So trying to balance the two can be hard, but work-life balance is what allows both of them to strive and to be maintained. This is a great question, and I'm glad you asked. I would say one of the biggest things that impedes people from being a part of the therapeutic process is that there is an understanding, or misconception I should say, that to be a part of the therapeutic process, you are at a weak place, that you are weak-minded, that some people might even say crazy, that therapy is only for people who are in the middle of a crisis, who are having mental issues. Therapy is for a myriad of things. Therapy is here for grief, for self-actualization, to build healthy relationships. It's for a myriad of things. Another thing I would say is that some people think that therapy is a quick fix. Change is a gradual process. It comes in stages, it comes in waves. And it's not a process where your therapist is telling you what to do. It's where we're helping you look deep into yourself and pull out the knowingness that's already there. Maybe some things that you're having a hard time actually paying attention to that are there. Some things that we can help you shift your perspective on. I think lastly, another thing is that people think that your therapist will solve your problem for you. We're here to be active participants in your process. We're here to do collaboration with you on your journey. And seeking therapy, it's an opportunity for you to pull out that inner knowing, that inner strength that you have, and being able to actualize it against any outcomes that come your way. The work that I do, the way that I speak to my clients, the way that I phrase my inquiries is part of the way that I help people get past some of these misconceptions, and even doing things like this, interviews like this. One that comes to mind is while I was in my program, I was in an active stage of grief. My maternal grandmother has been diagnosed with Alzheimer's, and it was during a time where I had to show up strong, emotionally available, inquisitive, passionate for others, and I was dealing with my own heavy grief for myself. I had to be inspirational where I myself was lacking a bit of hope. One of the ways that I got through this was I was willing to lean into vulnerability. I was willing to be transparent with my community and tell them what I needed. I was able to fight the resistance of not wanting to fully open up, of wanting to resist revisiting painful memories and painful emotions. But I was able to surround myself with people who loved me, who cared for me, who reminded me of the joys, even in the moments that I could share with her today. That is a challenge that I have endured that has really challenged the work that I do, especially with grief. And it's one of those things that has been a blessing in the fact that it now allows me to connect with people in my community, my clients who are experiencing grief in any capacity, and be able to really sit with and hold that with them, because I too understand. I just want to end by saying, if you have an inkling at all for yourself to go get some counseling, I encourage you to do so. Many people avoid it because they think it's only for people that are going through severe challenges. But if there's even a small part of you that desires to be seen or to be heard, do so. To someone out there who is considering joining the field, please do. There's something unique about you, something inspiring about you that someone out here needs to experience, that someone could learn from you. Everyone can learn from anyone. It doesn't matter how young or old you are. It doesn't matter if you've been in another career before. If there's something that draws you to the field, please be a part of it. Please. There are people out here who are waiting to be inspired by you. I thank you guys for your time. Have a great one.